Hey guys, it's Kristen, and today I'm going to be filming my Q&A plan with me for the week of the 12th to the 18th. Today is actually already the 13th, but things have been crazy for the last couple of days, probably about a week or so. So I'm just now planning. I didn't even plan in this planner last week. I was going to do my white space spread in here, but that's probably not going to happen at this point. So I did go ahead and take all of the questions that you guys left on Instagram and the few that were left on one of my on my video, and I wrote them all down so that I wouldn't have to keep going through my phone. So the kit that I'm going to be using for this week is Merry and Bright by ScribblePrintsCo. I'm probably not going to be talking too much about what I'm doing with the stickers, just because I don't know that I can multitask that well. So it's just the ultimate kit. You've got the freebie sheet, the functional page, the washi, the headers and the littles, the half boxes and habit trackers, the full boxes, the date covers and some sidebar stuff, and the ombre heart checklists. So let me get this situated first. Probably what I'm going to do is washi, little things, ombre heart checklist, full boxes. I think that's the order I'm going to do it in, I think. Okay, so let me start with the questions, and a couple of you guys did ask, not necessarily the same question, but like a similar question or a question that would have the same answer for me. And that was, so I think you say her username Crescent Gaia. I know her name is Liz. She asked, what's the inspiration behind opening my shop? Brooke asked, how did I get into planning? And Alex asked, what made me start making stickers? So for me, those kind of all have the same general answer. So how did I get into planning? I'll start with that because it's kind of all related. So I got into planning, I think it was early last year, so 2015. Well, actually, let me start with this. I've been following Elle on YouTube since she was in college and started making beauty videos, because we're about the same age. So I've been following her channel for a very long time. And she was the first like beauty guru that I watched. So when she started making videos, I found a whole bunch of other people, and I found 11th Gorgeous on YouTube, and I think it was early last year they got sent a package by Erin Condren with the planners, and I really loved the planners, but when I looked at it and I saw how expensive it was, I was like, oh hell no. Because I've always had planners. I used to buy like the little Mead ones or whatever from Target. I used to buy like 3 or 4 a year because I would pre-plan so far into them and then things would change, so I just throw them out and get a new one. But I really loved the Erin Condren planner and couldn't justify buying it. Probably a couple weeks later, Elle showed it on her channel, but again, it was just the planner, and I was starting to get like a little more into it, but I still couldn't justify like buying it. And then Elle showed the stickers, and I think in that moment I went and I bought one. I think it was May of last year. So that's pretty much how I got into planning. When I started planning, like with actual stickers in this planner, I knew nothing of like the whole no white space thing. I don't even know if it was a thing yet. I knew literally nothing about it. So I would buy just like random sheets of stickers. I was like not even just white space planning. I was like one sticker on like this whole page kind of planning, which worked for me. I didn't really need too much else. I was using it definitely more functionally. And then I found ScribblePrintsCo around the same time, and I couldn't justify spending that much money on like a full week's worth of stickers. So I think it was early July of last year, I just decided to go ahead and buy, I like YouTubed it, how to make stickers and everything. And I just bought myself a silhouette. I went out and I bought a printer, just a crappy little printer at Target, nothing special. And yeah, and I started making stickers. When I first started making them, they were horrible. They were like seriously bad. If I can find my old planner, it's somewhere in my room somewhere. I know I still have it. But if I can find it, I will see if I can post a picture like on Instagram of what it looked like, because it was bad. It was real bad. And yeah, so I really started making them for myself. I knew from the beginning, because at the time I was very like disconnected from social media as far as like the planning world goes. I knew nothing of the planning community. I had no idea that it was a thing. I was completely clueless. And I was like, you know what? As far as I could find on Etsy, there weren't too many shops. I know I was definitely wrong. I couldn't find too many shops on Etsy. So I was like, I'm just going to make a shop. I'll post some stuff, and if people buy them, they buy them. If they don't, they don't. Not a big deal. And that's how it all started. And like the inspiration for opening my shop necessarily was not to sell stickers. It was just kind of, I've always been like a very crafty kind of person. I used to be an art major. And I'm a very big like do-it-myself kind of person. I'm the worst person as far as like buying things like art, because I'll go into a store and I'll see like a painting that I like, but I won't buy it because I'm like, oh, I can make that myself. Like that's the kind of person that I am. So I just did it just to see if anybody wanted to buy them. If they did, that was great. If not, that was fine too. And yeah, that's really the story behind the stickers. Allie Bland on YouTube asked she asked 3 questions. So where in the country do I live? I live on Long Island in New York. What do I like to do for fun? I don't really do anything. My idea of fun is doing absolutely nothing, if I'm completely honest. I hang out with my boyfriend and watch TV and watch YouTube and just do a whole lot of nothing, and that is fun to me. I really like shopping too, but that's not really, I mean, that is fun. That is a lot of fun. And she also asked, what's my favorite Christmas movie? I would probably say, okay, you might not even know what I'm talking about, but a couple of years ago when it was still called ABC Family, now it's called Freeform, when it was still called ABC Family and they had the 25 Days of Christmas, they had one of those, like, I think it was on ABC Family, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure it was, but it was one of those like cheesy TV movies called Christmas in Boston, and they never play it anymore, but I really love that movie. I like Elf and like standard Christmas movies too, but that one is probably one of my favorite ones, Christmas in Boston. And that was everything from YouTube, so I'm just gonna switch over to the Instagram questions. So Madison, who is Miss Madison Plans on Instagram, asked, what's my favorite kit that I've ever made? My favorite kit that I've ever made, I would say I had a kit over the summer called Vitamin C. I really loved that kit. I love pretty much all of my Christmas kits. And I hate that you can see this line through here. It's too late for that. Yeah, I really loved the Vitamin C kit. I think that one's my favorite. I'm definitely bringing that one back in the spring or summer. So she also asked, what's my favorite type of sticker? I don't know. Are these a type? Munchkins and like emojis and the stuff like that? Because that would definitely be my favorite if that's a type. Those are hands down my favorite. I could decorate an entire week with no stickers other than those, and I would be good to go. I would be completely content with that. So those type of stickers, not necessarily from Once More with Love or the Coffee Monsters Co. Any stickers like that would definitely be my favorite. Sydney, who is Plan with Sid on Instagram, asked, who's my favorite Disney character and why? Is it bad if I say I don't have one because I don't really like Disney anymore? Let me think. Well, when I was little, I really loved Beauty and the Beast. My middle name is Michelle, so I used to swear when I was younger that my name was Kristen Michelle Bell. That was my name. If anybody asked me, that was my name. Okay, wait, no, I do like some Disney stuff. So I really like Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. Not necessarily a specific character, I just like the movies and the idea of it in general, like this, you know, place that you can go to. I don't know how to explain it, but I do really like Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. And I'm actually thinking about getting, it won't be for a while because I'm still like really planning it. I've been planning it for about 6 months already. Getting a half sleeve tattoo of a mix of Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. So I would say those. Let's see. I'm going to butcher your name and I apologize. Yordery_D asked, what's my favorite part about designing kits? My favorite part about designing kits is definitely when I pull in, like, because I always do the full boxes first. So I love, after I've done the full boxes and I pick like the accent colors or the colors that go with the kit, that's my favorite because that's when you really start to see the kit come together and what it's going to look like and the idea of it. So I would say that's my favorite part. She also asked, what's my favorite charity or foundation and why? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really necessarily have a favorite. Not because I don't donate to charities or anything like that, but because it really depends on not how I'm feeling. That sounds kind of bad, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. What I really like to do is, I don't really run outside anymore, but when I did run outside, there's an app called Charity Miles, I believe is what it's called, where you can, I'm trying to find my habit trackers, where you can pick a charity and then it tracks your miles and donates money for every like mile that you run. So like I said, I don't really run outside anymore because I get really bad shin splints when I run outside. But you can also use it stationary. So I do that when I'm on the treadmill. And yeah, I don't know. I used to be involved with Save the Children. I do a lot of stuff like charity miles. I almost always pick ASPCA because I love aminals. Yeah. And have I ever thought about doing a planner meetup? Honestly, no, I haven't thought about it. Not because it's not, I mean, I'm not a social person at all. Like, I hate going out and seeing people and talking to people, if I'm being completely honest. I absolutely hate it. So I've never really thought about it, but I also don't think that there's, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of people in my area, but like, I'm on Long Island. I'm kind of in the middle of Long Island, so I'm not necessarily like close to the city. It's about like an hour and 20 minutes for me to get to the city. So I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I've never thought about it. And then we have Joanna, who is one of my PR girls, Joe Plans on Instagram, asked if any shops inspired me to make my shop. I wouldn't say that they necessarily inspired me where like they made me want to start making stickers. Like I said, with my little story of how I started planning and everything, it was really more because I couldn't afford to be a part of the planner community and buy all these stickers, so I just started making them myself. So I wouldn't say anybody necessarily inspired me. And she also wants to know how I met my boyfriend. We met 2 years ago. We worked together. I was a manager we work for a pretty big company. There's about 600 people that work there. And I was a manager in my department, and he had just been moved. This was December of 2015. 2015? 2014. December of 2014. He had just been moved into the training department, which happened to share a room with my department. And yeah, he was always walking by. I was always sitting at my desk, and we were both kind of just staring at each other all the time until I added him on Facebook. And then we went out for lunch and started dating. And that was 2 years ago in January. January 24th will be our 2-year anniversary. Planner Bubbles wants to know, what are my goals for 2017? And I do have a lot of goals for 2017. I'm not going to go too much into detail with them because I kind of want to do that probably with my January monthly spread. I'll go into that a little bit more, maybe. But in general, my theme for my personal life goals for 2017 is going to be balance. I really need to figure out how to balance my life a little bit better because I'm full on 1000% thrown into work. I have no social life. I have no personal life, besides seeing my boyfriend and occasionally doing things with my family. I don't do anything else. I don't take time off, and when I do take time off, it's because I've run myself so thin that I'm going crazy. So that is going to be something that I'm definitely going to be working on in 2017, is balancing my life. And then I have some goals for my shop, and I'm not going to go too into detail because it is a bit of a secret project that I'm working on. But my goals for... my phone is vibrating. My goals for my shop for 2017, or my business in general, is going to be expansion. So you can take that how you will, but definitely going to be expanding and doing more things in 2017. Another goal, which I will talk about briefly. I tried in the spring of this year. For about 6 weeks, I was mostly vegan. And since then I'm back to eating meat. I don't really eat dairy because I am mildly lactose intolerant. But I do eat meat occasionally right now. But after Christmas and after the holidays, a big goal of mine is going to be getting back into at least being vegetarian, mostly vegan. We'll see how that goes, but that's another goal of mine. Planner Obsessed asked what inspired my shop name change, and also I know there's another question in here. Planning Happy 06 asked how did I pick my shop's name. So for those of you who do not know, my shop used to be called Kristen Sticker Studio. I did change it back in August of this year, and the reason that I changed it was honestly because I just hated the name. I really, really hated it, and yeah, that's really it. I picked Kristen Sticker Studio way back when I was deciding to get into opening my shop when I just opened it on a whim. I couldn't think of anything. I was like, all right, that sounds good. I'll just make it Kristen Sticker Studio. And then the more recognition my shop got, I guess is a good way to put it, the more I hated the name. So I changed it. And yeah, and then I think the other part of that question was, how did I pick my shop's name? I honestly have no idea. It just kind of, I knew I wanted to change the name, right? So I knew I was going to be changing it, but I had no idea what I wanted to change it to, and had no idea how to pick a new name, like what I would want it to be, what I would want it to feel like, and that just, it's just something that came to me. I don't know. I don't hate it. I do really like the name of my shop right now, but I don't know. I don't know how I picked it. I just couldn't get it out of my head. Like, I kept trying to think of different things to call my shop and stuff like that, and I couldn't. So we stuck with Wild Summer Designs. And then Linda, who is, I don't even know how to pronounce her Instagram name, Garrolk. She asked a couple of questions. How many planners do I own? If multiple, how do you use them all? And do you keep your planners or discard them? I do keep them. So as I use them, like last year's planner, I do still have. That's the only one that I had last year, was just one planner. This year, for 2016, I had 2 of the 2016 planners. I had, when this one came out, I got this one. This is the 18-month neutral. I have an hourly 2016 planner. I have an hourly horizontal planner. An hourly what? I have an hourly 2016 planner, a horizontal 2016 planner, which I never use. I have 2 happy planners from this year, both of which are who knows where. And I think that's it for this year. I did recently get the colorful 18-month, or it wasn't really 18-month, it was like 15-month. I'm not gonna do that. I did get the colorful one so that I could use it for Christmas. What even is going on here? Am I just picking my own random stuff? What am I doing? This is why I picked a ScribblePrintsCo kit, because it's usually really easy for me to just plan and not even think about it. Yeah, so I got a 15 month, whatever, colorful one just so that I could use it for Christmas. And then I also have for next year, so going into, as soon as the other planners run out, I have this one for next year. I have the colorful one for next year. I have a 12-month colorful one that I've kind of already destroyed. I've been using it just to kind of play around with stickers. I have a horizontal for next year, and that's neutral, and I have a neutral hourly for next year. I really love the hourly planner. I don't have any use at all for the horizontal one, but I bought it so that I can try to make kits for it. And what else do I have? I have a happy planner for next year, but I do not use the happy planner at all. I used to use it for school. When I had like assignments, it would be just like all pen and me just kind of writing down whatever assignments I had to do, but I don't use that. I do also have my personal planner that has my So Much Crafting inserts for next year, which at the end of the month I am going to do a kind of walkthrough type video of what my planner is going to look like next year, my personal planner, because I do use that a lot. So yeah, I mean, I use them for all different types of things. I always do my like plan ahead kind of spread, so like this one would be. I always do that. And then throughout the week when I'm stressed, I find planning to be very therapeutic. So like in the middle of the week, I'll just pull out a planner. Obviously not this month because I'm filming everything, but usually in the middle of the week, I just pull out a planner. I grab whatever stickers I want to use, usually my own stickers, and I just throw them in there just as like a stress relief for a couple of hours. So that's really what I use my planners for. Not really functional, more just creative. And yeah. So this is getting a little crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing. Another question, Planner Obsessed also asked, do you think you'll venture into personal size kits? Absolutely. I was planning on attempting personal and horizontal this year during Christmas, but I realized that would be kind of too much for me right now, and I'm glad that I didn't do that, because it would have definitely been way too hectic with Black Friday and everything. There's no way I would have been able to do all of it. So definitely doing personal kits and horizontal, potentially even hourly, because like I said, I do really love my hourly planner. So yes, absolutely. There's only a few, actually I say a few, but there's still a lot more questions left. I have no idea how to say this. Wisome Fit, I think, on Instagram said, what is your previous job / career? I used to work in a call center. The company that I work for is primarily debt collections and like pre-collections, but when I was brought on there 5 years ago, it was for customer service. So the department that I worked for was actually, even though we're on Long Island, it was a gas company, a natural gas company in North Carolina. And I did just telephone customer service. So, you know, I'm calling to pay my bill. My bill is late. I need an extension, things like that. So that's what I did. I started off on the phones as just a customer service rep and worked my way up to be assistant unit manager over the course of the first 4 years. And then at the beginning of this year, in about April, our contract with that company ended. We no longer had anywhere to go. I could have been a manager in one of the pre-collect areas, but I chose not to. I decided I wanted to do like behind the scenes stuff, and I've been with the company for so long that I kind of, not that I had like free reign of whatever I wanted to do, but they definitely took my thoughts into consideration when deciding where to put me. I wanted to do like behind the scenes stuff, so they put me into, I was doing a lot of like hiring and writing up training manuals, things like that, like a lot of behind the scenes work. And that was mostly because I was in school at that point already. I was going full time, and I just couldn't handle, I didn't want to be in another, not that I couldn't handle it, but I didn't want to be in another management position while I was in school, because it was just too much stress and unnecessary stress, basically. And then she also asked, are you going to give your former coworkers some stickers at the Christmas party? I did not. None of them even understand. I have explained to them what it is that I do. None of them get it. None of them are interested. There is one of my coworkers who I love and I miss so much. She asked me to make stickers with, like, not planner stickers, but like stickers with her grandkids' names on them. So I'm making those today, and I'm going to give them to my boyfriend to give to her. And yeah, nobody really is interested in stickers. And would I make another Peanuts kit? Probably not. Just because I don't like to really, I don't know. I don't like to repeat myself, but maybe, probably not. We'll see. Cookie_lover_4 asked, what's your favorite pens and why? So my favorite pen, I actually have right next to me, is the Papermate Inkjoy gel pen in 0.5. I don't know why, it's just, this is my absolute favorite pen. I'm not like a big pen person. Like, I love pens, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to go out and spend some stupid amount of money on a pen. says the person who spends how much money on stickers and planners, but whatever. Yeah, no, I'm not a big, like, pen person. I just really like the way this writes. So my camera stopped filming, but I was saying I really like the way that this one writes. It writes really well on matte, glossy, and premium matte, so I don't know. I just really like it. I have a feeling my camera is not going to last through much more, so I'm just going to try to finish this up real quick. She also asked what's some advice for people new to the planning and sticker decorating, I guess, world. My advice would be to try different styles. Don't just get like a bunch of weekly kits and try out only like no white space. Try out everything. Try out no white space, try out white space, try out plan as I go, and see what it is that you actually are into. I'd say that's my advice. TDix2629 asked, what is my favorite planning style? It depends on how I'm feeling and the kit that I'm using. Obviously, I really love this type of no white space planning, but I do also really love white space and plan as I go. So it really depends on the kit that I'm using. I love them all. I do still have more questions, but I don't have any more stickers to put down at the moment. Let me see if I could do some icons. And she also asked, what advice would I give someone who wanted to get into owning their own sticker business? I'm only going to give one piece of advice because I have so much going through my head right now. My biggest piece of advice, I would say, is to get maybe not necessarily a PR team, but get some people that would be okay with you sending them stickers. So like just some people so that they can test out your stickers and see how they are, because sometimes, especially me, like I thought my stickers were everything when I first started, and they actually in reality had a lot of issues. So I would say that is definitely helpful, is having somebody who, maybe not necessarily somebody who's going to film it and give their opinion, but somebody who can like email you back or something and be like, hey, like I really like this, but maybe you should change this or something along those lines. I found that to be really helpful when I got my PR team. That was one of the best moves I ever made. Which brings me to the next question from Life as Lacey Lee. Asked, do I have a PR team? I do have a PR team. I have 3 girls right now. I have Taylor, who's been with me since the beginning of my PR team adventure. Taylor in plans. I have Haley, who is Whimsical Willow Tree on Instagram. They both have their own shops. Then I also have Joe, who is Joe Plans. Who is my favorite YouTube planner? I would say I don't really watch that much YouTube planning, honestly. I do more, like I watch a lot of daily vloggers and the beauty community. I don't really watch too much planning stuff. I don't like that you can't see that at all. Whatever. But I do really like Jessica Wilson and Ruby Trev. I like a lot of other people too. I don't know. I watch like occasional videos here and there, but I don't like really watch planner YouTube videos. And who was the first YouTube planner I ever watched? I guess Elle, if that counts, because she was the first person that I watched do a plan with me kind of thing. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like rush this last question. Nicole_Eaton asked, favorite kit that has ever been or is in your shop? I did actually answer that earlier, so that would be Vitamin C and pretty much any of the kits that are out right now. Like a Gilmore, love that kit. That kit made me so happy. I squealed the entire time that I designed that kit, so that's definitely another favorite. And that is it for all of the questions, I believe. Yes, that is everything. This is pretty much set to go. I do have to fill it in, and I have a whole bunch of other stickers that I want to put in here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any other questions or you ever want me to do another plan with me, I definitely can. Just leave them down below. Another Q&A plan with me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.